Hey everybody, this is Perch, and a couple pieces of news in regards to some creators. Skottie Young, of course, who has been around comics for quite some time, is probably best known for drawing child versions of Marvel characters for variant covers. No, that's very unfair. Anyway, he has announced a Substack deal, and this is one of the first writer artists that is going to the platform, indicating that no, Substack is not ignoring artists, but it is one of those cases where they're certainly going for the writers in advance. Skottie Young, now looking at his deal and what's being announced, lends a little bit of light on what is going on with Substack and kind of what you can expect. And in particular, if you hate digital and you're just not going to go to digital, kicking and screaming away from digital, this lends a little bit of a preview as to what we're likely in for. And I mentioned on Wes's show during an interview there that we're likely to see in the next 6 months, if enough big creators really pull over, you're going to see one of the publishers, like a Dark Horse, maybe an Image, but I have a hard time believing Image for a few reasons, but somebody like a Dark Horse, maybe an IDW, somebody's going to position themselves as saying, hey, we're going to print all these Substack books in a nice, easy way. We're going to have a easy as possible way for creators to kind of put stuff over here and get it printed into physical. Right now, if you're a small publisher, you have to be looking at how to do that, and you have to make it dumb simple. One of the things that Substack has done has made it very easy as a content management system for creators to kind of publish, manage a mailing list, put things out. It's way easier than Patreon by all indications. And that's going to pull creators who are typically somewhat technically challenged in terms of kind of their proficiency in these tools. No offense, just we all know it's true. And so having a platform that's very easy to publish off of digitally is going to be a plus, and that's what Substack has done, and that's why they are pulling over some of what the people are getting, in addition to some pretty nice deals that, in theory, Nick Spencer has helped to kind of grease the wheels for. But if a publisher can come along and provide something similar, where digital files can easily be dropped, managed, and distributed in a way that is also brain dead simple, then they're going to do well. And I suspect within 6 months we're going to see some publisher of choice being able to do that. But anyway, it plays into the Skottie Young story. By the way, I mean, Nick Spencer is getting a bonus at this point. You've got to imagine that they hired him to be a ambassador and to try and pull other people in. And so far, he can basically go back and say, I've had the two biggest writers of Batman, the writer of the X-Men, and now a number of other creators all coming over here. He's done his job. Anyway, all they're waiting for is like Tom Taylor to come over, and it's like, look, we swept everything. Anyway, so Skottie Young, his business model, if you are subscribing to Skottie Young, and some people have been confused, if I subscribe to Substack, am I getting all the comics? No, you subscribe to the creator on Substack. So you subscribe to James Tynion or Jonathan Hickman, or in this case, Skottie Young. And if you want to subscribe to Skottie Young, you're paying $7 a month or $75 a year or $300 boss level, which will include variant covers of his work. So basically, it's a newsletter. It's a creative platform. He's going to offer a variety of original content and new comics, prose, children's books, etc. And he's announcing, as kind of some bait, the return of I Hate Fairyland. That comic is going to resume and will be published first on Substack. And then there's this little clue here down in his commentary, which says, it's still going to come out from Image, but the digital subscribers, those people, are going to get it first. And so that's basically giving us a little bit of clue of, yes, there definitely is a print model in mind for Substack, but this is you're subscribing to somebody's fan club. You're subscribing in many ways to the Skottie Young fan club. Now, Skottie Young also made it clear he is not leaving Marvel. He's going to continue to work on Strange Academy and in theory, all these millions of variant covers that he does all the time. So that's kind of a little bit of what you can expect. Basically, very much like Patreon, you're subscribing to a person, you're getting early access to a lot of their work, you're getting some original content that they're going to put out from there. If you're a super fan of this creator, you're going to get comics. And that's basically, and they get, at least the special few will get a guaranteed check for a while until it dries up, and they're going to get health insurance. And that's something that people, they're excited about, understandably. But if you hate digital comics, you hate this entire subscription idea, you're still going to be able to get print copies just later than the people getting digital work. And in theory, a lot of stuff probably won't change too much. So more are coming. From what I understand, 2 more really big names are coming to Substack here in the next 2 days, are going to get announced. This is the Substack week of announcement. So we have that to look forward to. But moving away from Substack for a moment, or maybe, Jed McKay is basically leaving and ending Black Cat. So in November, there's going to be a giant-sized special, and it is Jed McKay's wrapping up the Infinity Stone stories, the Black Cat ongoing, and his time on the character in general. So Black Cat, a comic that sold more copies than I think people expected when it came out the gate, is coming to a close in November. Jed McKay is on other books, certainly on Moon Knight and other things at Marvel. So it's not like this is the end of his time at Marvel, but is wrapping up Black Cat, and absolutely zero chance that Black Cat won't be relaunched under another artist or writer within a short period of time. So it is it's definitely will continue. And then 2 other little bits of news you might have seen, and spoilers if you haven't, but the videos have been posted here. And I had a weird amount of people arguing with me about this for reasons I still do not understand. But yes, Tim Drake has officially stated he is at least bi-curious, maybe not full bisexual, he's bi-curious, whatever. He's basically says he would like to go out on a date with his buddy. And that is how the comic, the 3-part little storyline concluded in Batman Urban Legends. It was a surprise to absolutely nobody who was paying attention. 3-part or 4-part? Maybe it was a 4-part. Again, nobody surprised by this, but Twitter is losing their mind saying, finally, Robin is gay. To which I would say, oh, come on, did you not go to school in the 80s and 90s? Robin gay has been, there's songs that they make about Robin. I mean, anyway, sorry. I'm joking, of course, but it's funny going, I never in a million years would have imagined that they would have made Robin gay. Okay, so first off, he's bi-curious. Second, you haven't seen all the jokes, the memes that, come on. Bruce and Robin sleeping in the same bed. You've missed all this? How? Okay, whatever. I'm joking, of course, whatever. The other kind of last bit of news is Wizard World has basically closed and shuttered its convention business. Kind of one of the final pieces of Wizard. 25 years, Fan Expo is basically going to acquire a Wizard World's conventions in Chicago, Philadelphia, New Orleans, Portland, and St. Louis. And so Fan Expo HQ kind of broadening their umbrella, and Wizard World coming to a close, which is sad. The brand of Wizard, especially to people who, grew up, and Wizard World is a much different beast than the old Wizard magazine in the 90s, but it was a part of comics, and it's sad to me to see these things close up. It's a passing of an era. So it's officially, after a very long time, Wizard's exit from comics, founded as a comics journalism magazine, which we miss today. I mean, regardless of the silliness that Wizard sometimes got itself into, it was a good part of the industry. It was a good help. It was a good marketing tool. It basically made a lot of careers. So Wizard World is kind of the end. It's the last piece. The newsletter's been dead now for 10 years, but or the magazine, but the convention is finally kind of the last step. So there you go. News around comics, and thanks for listening. Oh, I should say, what's interesting to you? What do you think about all this? You're along for the ride, but yes, thanks for listening.